everyone. Ooh, I forgot to do this. Oops. But yeah, I was super clumsy today and managed to stub my toe so hard that I actually bruised the crap out of my toe, and I can't walk good. So I can't walk on it, and I'm bored to death, so let's do a knitting stream. I don't know, I guess I'm the sort of person where I can't just sit there. I figure knitting is like chill enough that I can kind of get away with just doing it. I haven't done it in forever because it's been so hot. But like it rained a lot, so it cooled down some. So I figure I can kind of get away with it, you know? Oh dear. Ah, fudge buckets. Wait, no. We're good. I thought I messed something up because it's been so long, but no, we're good. Oh, man. One second, let me move something. Just realized for knitting, my current setup is not great. At least not the way that I have to do it right now. Maybe if I do it like so, and then put you here. Yes! This is better. This makes it much easier to see chat. Kind of funny how just like not being able to sit in my usual spot means I have to like rearrange all my crap. Then again, I guess I'm just kind of lucky I'm not streaming on the laptop, because I found out I gotta fix some things before I do that. Laptop wants to act up again. I guess it's mad it's not my main streaming computer anymore. Oh dear. Oh, why did I put that there? I've made things complicated. Better. Alright, now it pulls nice and free. But yeah, kind of hoping that maybe I can finally finish this scarf that I've been working on for, I guess, a year now. Feels like it's been basically a year. Actually, no. It's probably been almost a year. Well, no. Because I started this one around Christmas because I was desperately trying to get all my Christmas stuff done. But I was mostly knitting hats at the time because those are the quickest thing to knit, and those are all my Christmas presents. Oh, hey, Tycho. Welcome to my first knitting stream in a long while. There we go. I missed him too. It's just been too hot lately. Thank you so much for the head pat. Thank you so much for the head pat, Nemu. Yeah, it kind of comes by unfortunate circumstances, but oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliment on the dress. But yeah, comes by unfortunate circumstances. But hey, at least I get to do this. Actually, now I think about it. Like, if you weren't here at the very start, yeah. All I'm gonna say is, be smarter than me and less clumsy than me. Do not stub your toe, like your smallest toe, into a wooden door frame at the speed of frickin' sound. It's not fun. I don't know, they didn't chat, so I'm guessing it's Tycho. Like, nobody was chatting at first, so I'm guessing it was Tycho. Oof. Like, what were you doing today that blistered your pinky toes? Who first followed and chatted? Oh, that sounds painful. Because you have to break in new boots. Because you get, like, the good boots. Not the, like, crappy ones that you would get from insert department store here. Like I do. Not gonna lie, most of the boots I have are sadly for aesthetics. Yeah, I know, but, like, it's not so much the walking and hiking. It's the having to break in the new boots on like a 50 kilometer hike. Like, that's what gets me, because it's like breaking in brand new boots. Oh, that's freaking cool. I never had shoes that fit that well. Hey, why didn't my... Oh, wait, it is showing up. It's just hard to read. Oh, no. I must fix that. Thank you, Sendoza, for the follow, though. Oh, wow. I'm gonna move that. I did not realize it would be so difficult to see. It's been a little while since I used this setup. Move this up a little. There we go. Hopefully that'll look good. Aw, oh, man. That sucks. But yeah, you can tell me about Wednesday. Yeah, I have no idea why your account wouldn't be verified by this point. Because, like, you set up everything through email and everything, right? Or you verified it maybe through a phone number? There we go. Ah, that's so cool. It sounds like a great time. What? Maybe you have a setting on your original account that's not letting you do it? That's all I can think of. Like, I wish I could help you, but it seems like it maybe has something to do with, like, your original account. Like, maybe they're associated to the same account or phone number? Oh, wow, I don't know. awesome that you basically get to have like a welcome home feast. Welcome home party, Nemu. Okay. Wait, what's the bad part? Yeah, that does sound like a downside. But at least you get to hang out with everybody. Also, sadly, no alcoholic drinks for this stream, because I'm technically supposed to be resting, and I wasn't supposed to move my whole rest and recovery setup over to the computer, but I did it anyways while my family wasn't around, and I already did it, so I don't think they're gonna bug me about it. Yeah, pizza's a smart way to go in this situation. But I do have... Oh no, did I forget to move it? Wait, where the... Oh, no, it's hidden by my chair. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for the head pat. But yeah, I have Calipisu. I have water. Not the giant jug, because somehow it went missing. But I mean, I've got water. I have my popcorn that I've missed for so long and have been craving. My pickle flavor popcorn. That is literally how you pronounce it in Japanese. I don't have Milky's. Milky's wasn't on sale. I got some chips. Sandwich. And last, certainly not least. Well, actually, it is the last. It's the very last of these, like, fried chickpeas that I found at the store. Alright, I'll eat a snack. Ow. Oh, you want the sandwich? I'll take a bite of the sandwich later. Well, thank you for the head pat. Honestly, I'm just excited to eat my dill pickle popcorn again. It's like salt and vinegar, except I can go on and eat it longer. Sandwich next time, okay? Ah, nice. Glad it's working now. Oh, you ordered the helmet after all? Wait, why is it... Stop. I did not tell it to frickin' do that for emote spam. I like emote spam. How dare. Why is it doing it? No timeout. Stop being in timeout. Why is it like this? Why is it fighting me? It used to let me do emote spam just fine. There we go. They're super cute though. Honestly, like, that's cool. If you bought it, like, if it's something that you want, and it's not hurting anybody, and it makes you happy, go for it. Thank you for the head pat. See, like, that emote spam went through just fine. Why was it having issue with the other emote spam? That's so weird. But yeah, If I didn't follow my own advice, I wouldn't have this Molly plushie. Look at how adorable she is. She's gonna be warming my seat if I have to take a restroom break. Ah, but I also don't remember setting it up to look for that. You want a pet for Molly? Okay, I can pat Molly. Molly gets a head pat. She gets a hair ruffle. Honestly, it's very fun. It's very fun. The few times when it is not fun is usually when my system is trying to fight me. And then I'm just like, come on, PC-kun. Come on, we talked about this. Not while I'm live, we don't do this. No! I can't afford a new PC-kun. He knows he can't be replaced. Oh dear. Oh, thank you for head pat. Just vibe into the music. Let me take a bite of sandwich. This was supposed to be my lunch at work, but now I can't go to work, so sandwich. Not bad for a rush job. Oh, when I was trying to get ready, I was trying to rush because originally I wasn't supposed to work at all today anyways. It was my day off, but we had an emergency. I got called in. I tried to rush and get ready. And then I stubbed my toe at freaking Mach 12 into my wooden door frame. Which was not good for my foot. This is such a good combo. So, I've spent basically my whole day going to ER. It's not funny, it hurts. But yeah, I've spent my whole day basically going to ER. Well, not ER, but like a Ready clinic or something. And then letting my boss know, getting all that sorted out, and then finally going home and being like, it's okay, I'll stream. only to have my family police my movement and be like, no, you sit here in this specific spot and keep your leg elevated. I'm like, but I can do the same setup in my room. And then they're like, no moving, get off your foot, dummy. But they're not here now. So I snuck and did it anyway. I know. Heck, I giggled when I said it. But yeah, I got bored to death trying to sit in that chair and not do too much of anything. Oh, no. We're not unraveling the rest of the way, damn it. There we go. Yeah, I freaking love my family. In fact, we joked, because my dad lives out of state, we joked that I better not tell my dad that I was on my way to like a urgent care, I think that's technically what it's called. But yeah, like a urgent care clinic, because he would have been like, "Oh, what do you need, baby? Do you need me to fly down? Do you need me to fly down? I'll take care of you." I'm like, Dad, I'm fine. I'll live. Yeah, that's still kind of bull. Honestly, the level of, like, hurt that your finger went through, I'm still kind of just like, oh my gosh. That's scary. That's a scary injury. And then, like... Oh, that's cool. I kind of wanted to do that. Nah, I'm good. I know. Us dumb Americans can't be trusted. But it's alright. I have some prescription strength Tylenol. And the lucky news that I did not break my toe. So, you know, that's good. I didn't break it. I just bruised it very severely. Like I said, we're just not trusted. Okay, yeah, let's not talk about it. Oh, thank you for the head pat. I appreciate it. There we go. But yeah, like how was your trip home? Because you had to take a flight home, right, Nemu? Was it a smooth flight? Nah, getting injured's not worth it in the long run. Yeah, you did mention that. Did you just kind of sleep on the flight? That's what I usually try to do. But if I can't do that, I just play rhythm games the whole time. Turns out I can play Sidus without any sort of Wi-Fi or anything. So that's what I go with. Yeah, I figured you'd be real happy to finally be able to sleep in your own bed. You did not have the best of summer jobs. I mean, honestly, I don't blame you. It's kind of scary when you get there and they're just like, hey, try not to drink the water. I mean, like, what else are you gonna do? I genuinely wish I could, like, go on Amazon and send you, like, a life straw or something. Kind of makes me think of what I tried. Okay, when I first got to Galveston, people kept saying, "Oh man," I mean not Galveston. When I first got to Texas, people kept saying like, "Oh man, you should go to Galveston. Galveston's great. Galveston's got a beach. It's great." My friend visited. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, let's go to Galveston. Let's go to Galveston. It'll be great. I have some time." So we go there on the weekend. Get to the beach, and first of all, it stinks. It does not smell right. Then you look at the trash, like you look at the freaking beach, and there's trash literally everywhere. Then, we looked at each other and just said, yeah, I'm not touching that water. So we had to try and figure out other stuff to do. And then I was just like, oh, I know, I'll Google something to do. And I just Googled stuff to do in Galveston that isn't the beach. And it was just like the first article that came up, the headline was something like what to do in Galveston when you're avoiding the flesh-eating parasites in the water. Like something like that. Yeah, it was pollution. And it's like, I heard flesh-eating parasites, and I'm just like, why do people tell me to come here? So eventually, after trying to find some nice tourist stuff for us to do, and we didn't really see a whole lot, we just said, okay, screw it. Let's just go to this, like, random bar. So we go to the bar, and I kind of mentioned half-jokingly about that article, and he's like, oh yeah, you're fine. He's like, oh yeah, there's flesh-eating parasites in the water, but it's fine as long as you don't go in there with a cut. And I think I looked at him like, what the fuck, dude? What do you mean just don't go in with a cut? What if you get cut while you're in the water on all the damn trash? That's a freaking scary beach. And then when I got back and I saw my coworker, I was like, why the hell did you recommend this place to me? It was horrible. It was stinky. It was freaking gross. And they're like, oh yeah, of course it is. It's Galveston. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. If you get cut while in the water, just hope you don't get parasites. Just say a quick prayer before you go in the water that you don't get cut at any point. Yeah, exactly. Dude did me dirty. Almost skipped pegs. That would have been so sad if I actually got to the end, pushed them all down, and realized I messed up. Should probably check to see how much yarn I have left. I was getting kind of close to the end of this skein. I've got enough to go for a while. That's not too bad. Here's what it looks like. Basically just gonna make this scarf whatever length this yarn gets me, because I don't have any more. Like, I have one that's a similar color that I bought by accident, but it's not the same color, so it won't look right. Although it could work if it were, like, a solid color, because then I could kind of have, like, a half and half scarf. I think my favorite is still the scrap scarf I made. I literally just made it out of all the yarn that that was like decently long, but I had finished whatever I was originally making with it. Usually hats. It's really nice, thick, and warm too. It's just like got a color block look to it. Color block stripes. And some of the colors also have patterns in them. The only downside is it's kind of short. Oh, I literally just kept, like, you basically just keep going, like, you start with one color, and then you cut it, tie a different color of yarn to it that's the same size, and then you keep going with that color until it's the length that you want, and just try to make it sure that it looks like it's about half and half. Maybe I'll do one of those. Hopefully yarn will go on sale again soon. I mean, honestly, that's fair. That's why I have all this food. Speaking of which... Popcorn is literally the best. What? Yeah, I don't think you do that. I would be very concerned if you did, though. There we go. Thank you for the head pet, Nemu. There we go. Fixed. I think they're in the bathroom, though. I usually have napkins, but I moved them. Wait a minute. Wait. Almost got it. Almost got it. Oh no, I'm pushing it away. Got it. Shit, I dropped it. Where are you? There you are. Underneath my seats. Completely underneath. Haha. I found the last paper towel roll. There's maybe 2 half paper towels on this. There's exactly 2 half paper towels on this. Molly can hold my paper towel for a while. There you go. Right, it's pushing down. That's what I'm doing. Oh god, no I'm not. Wait, what? Okay, are you happy now? I have a paper towel now. Thank you. Thank you for the head pat. My leg is starting to fall asleep from being propped up for so long. And you are right, 2 halves do make a whole. Oh no, leg is actually getting a cramp. This is danger. I think I'm gonna have to stretch. Okay. If I can just get this over, I can set it down for like 2 seconds. Come on. Come on, you'll Come on. Go over it. Good. The leg. Yes, I can move it now. It's glorious. I had to, like, put my computer chair. Yes, I'm shaking with excitement. But yeah. I had to put my computer my computer shake. I had to put my computer chair to the very lowest possible setting to be able to sit here and also have my leg elevated. I'm gonna get a C up. Very good. Also, my family, or at least my mom, judged me for my, they judged me for the pretzel and stout white chocolate beer. She looked and was like, didn't you say this was gross? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, why haven't you thrown it away? And I'm like, because it still has a use as a punishment. Okay, I guess I'm still shaking. I think my favorite is the Pixel, though. The Pixel Redeem just looks cute. And then if you use, like, a Pixel Redeem and you throw something at me, then the thing that you throw is also the Pixel. Same with Rainbow. What? Not necessarily. I mean, it's not like I bought it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is delicious. I bought it because I was just like, but what does it taste like? I knew I was probably going to hate it. It doesn't always have to be lewd. Sometimes it's just hiding a person's identity because they didn't consent to being on camera. But I like the Pixel-loon. It makes me think of an old school video game. Thanks for the head pat. I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on it. Well, at least we can all agree the rainbow one isn't lewd, right? I can't save, this is physical. How do I save this? No, they're not all lewd. Some of them were lewd, but not all of them. Ew, there we go. Get a reminder what song this is. Oh, I know, Wavy. Wavy and shaky. Gotcha. Let's see. This one is Luma. Oh! Okay, so this one's probably from Mario Galaxy. Like the little Luma, the little star creatures that Rosalina takes care of. Until they're ready to birth a new galaxy. They become a new galaxy. I really should give that game a chance. And you know what? I actually could. I do have, like the Mario Superstar collection thing that had, Mario Sunshine, Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy all on it. So I technically could. No, they're not lewd. They're adorable. They're cute. Just cute. Oh no. Yeah, that's good. Ooh. This bitch trying to tangle. That's not allowed. What are you doing? Oh, this bitch really trying to tangle. Back in the basket with you. Yay! Pixelania. No, Pixelania. Oh, actually, fun fact. I do not like the blur effect by itself. Let me do Control U. But yeah, I don't like the blur effect by itself. But if you combine it with Pixel, oh no, yeah, it looks kind of cool. It kind of looks like a corrupted recording. Thank you. I'll take blur off now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'll hydrate in 1 second. No, not... Not lewd. I don't think it's lewd. Perfect. Oh dear. Why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself? Okay, fixed. Don't know why I... Ugh. There we go. Take another bite. But fun fact, I have not eaten anything since breakfast. Okay. Snack, got ya. Thank you for the bite of sandwich. I appreciate. What a bong! Okay, I'll eat more. Thank you for the head pat. I will still argue that they are not lewd. I'm almost like half tempted to actually just order something on Uber Eats. Because I was supposed to. This is my original plan. I was supposed to make that freaking soup today. But I can't, because that requires lots of standing. Standing and walking around and making sure I don't burn stuff. Okay, snack it is. There's one small problem. I put my phone down and I don't know where it is. I can't save my scarf. I can finish my scarf. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Okay, now you're making it lewd. Actually, you know what? This gives me a wonderful opportunity. No, I didn't put it in. No. I'm putting it in right now. I put it in the game section because I didn't think I was going to be doing this soon. Let's see. Let's put in a media source. Add the source. Add that sauce. Spray! Give me a second to move it. Okay. There we go. Now I can move it. Perfection. Aw, man. Wait, what? Did he get rid of his Discord? The last time I had talked to him, he said that he was just kind of going to be taking a break. And it was just so he could take care of some personal stuff. And I saw, like, I caught him lurking one time, so I was like, okay, well, I guess he's all right. I'll try and check on him again. Well, I'll just double check and try and check on him again. Also, wow, was not expecting lewd art this fast either. Okay, I will. As far as just like confirmation that he was still online, I accidentally caught him lurking like I want to say I accidentally caught him lurking on on Tuesday. Not Tuesday, Brain. On the second day that the first day that I streamed, which is Saturday. Yes, it was Saturday. Yeah, I should probably make rules on fan art. Like I mean, honestly, it's the internet. I can't really control whether someone makes weird, like, lewd art. Dang it. Sorry, my yarn is trying to escape again. There. How much do I have left? Oh, I've got plenty. Making me worry like that. Ah, okay. You bonk, lewd. You bonk, you lewd. Oh, I forgot to do this. We start talking, and I forgot to finish. I must have follow through. Crafting. So now let's see if it'll work. Yeah. I don't have a bonk, but I got a spray bottle. All squished and crumpled. Does Gura art? Am I out of the loop on something, or do I not know what it is? Or is it like a typo? Oh, okay. I hadn't seen that particular version of it. Ah, I see. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of gore.
And why is the patient foot not up?
The foot is up. Look under the table.
Why is the patient streaming?
Because I got bored. I tried. I promise.
Okay, the patient foot is up. Do you have ice on it?
Yes, I have it all set up. I even changed the ice pack.
Okay, audience. This is the patient's mother checking. I'm going to allow the show to continue, but she cannot have her show until 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my gosh, Mother!
I am giving her a bedtime.
Mother!
Because she is a patient. I'm serious. I'm gonna come and unplug at a certain time.
If you unplug this computer, we're gonna fight.
We're gonna fight, and your host will be in the hospital with more than a broke toe.
You do not get to unplug the computer. You didn't buy the computer.
You need to go sleep.
I will sleep. I just got bored sitting for so long.
Okay.
I tried watching stuff.
Good night, audience, but you better not be on here really late.
I won't. I'm not that crazy. Ugh. I love her and she loves me, but Thank you for the head pat. Ugh. It's like, dang, I stubbed my toe once and now I'm an invalid. You don't need to tell on me. Fine. Hey, no snitches. Snitches get stitches. Or at the very least, snitches get freaking sprayed. Thank you for the head pat. Nah, snitches get stitches. They don't get bitches. Well, maybe the coyote should stop doing things worthy of getting sprayed, huh? Maybe the coyote should not snitch if he doesn't want to get sprayed, huh? I'm just saying. No snitching. I haven't done anything to the coyote yet. He hasn't done anything deserving yet. Oh, I just realized for some reason my clock isn't showing up. Oh wait, no it is. It is. I'm just used to it being in a different spot. Might want to change that later. But this is where it looks most natural for now. No pats? What have I done to deserve no pats? A ban on pats. Ridiculous. Shoot. I messed up. Better. And perfect. Okay, good. It was just one peg. I was scared I was gonna look on this side and all of this side was gonna be messed up. Yeah, but I didn't actually spray the coyote. The coyote has not been sprayed. And as long as he's a good boy, he won't get sprayed. So it's fine. Not gonna lie, this kind of makes me want to play Zelda. But that would require moving my leg and not having it elevated. we go. Perfect. Ah, shit. Okay, saved. Ah, man. Unless I'm supposed to keep moving my thumb to, like, keep it from messing up if I start losing, like, keep from losing all of my work and having to redo a whole row. But I'm lazy, so I don't most of the time. There we go. Yeah, you can tell me about the gift. I want to know how clever you are. Ew, leg hurt. Time to stretch the leg. Got it down, got it down. Ah, nice. Good man, then. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That is very clever. That honestly sounds like a really great and thoughtful gift. I'm sure he'll love it. Like I said, it's clever and it's thoughtful and it shows intelligence. Thank you for the head pat. Yeah, you deserve the praise. You deserve the praise on this. Shoot. I don't deserve praise on this, though. Good grief. I think it's like I'm flipping it over and it's just barely over. So then it goes back onto the peg. And that's what's happening. It's kind of weird that I've got this deep in. It's so hard to fix when it's in the middle. Ah, there we go. Okay. Ooh, I think it's time to change out my ice pack. Let me check it. Why not? Why am I not an auntie? I could use a new one. Ah, crud, now I'm on the heavy one. Got a big bulky boy now. But seriously, why am I not an auntie all of a sudden? But look, IRL, I am an auntie. So I'm still an auntie. We're still good. Let me get this back on. Ooh, it's not loose enough anymore. I'm old enough. Mama's just being mama. There we go. Hey, I never said it was old. Ugh. That's better. I still have this bit at the end. Why the bunk? I don't know why I deserved a bunk. Whatever. Whatever. I know I'm not old. There's like a giant cluster of onion I just bit into. But not enough to drag the whole thing out, so it's just kind of sticking out. Kind of made this one in a hurry. Okay. Oh, hey, Mangy. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, welcome to my unplanned knitting screen. Since you're new, I want to give you a heads up. I don't normally stream on Monday nights, but I hurt myself, so I couldn't work, and I am bored to death. Tis true, Nebu has given me invaluable experience. Yep, I stream on Saturdays, Sunday, and Wednesday. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Wednesday, I mostly just do Duolingo. Like, I might do a just chatting at the end for a little bit, but it's mostly Duolingo. Oh, Lord, what have I done? There we go. But yeah, Mangy, how was your day? How you doing? And if you're comfortable sharing, what you drinking? I'm curious. Alrighty. Like, I'm like the last person who's gonna judge, like, oh, okay, I wanted to drink something. Especially with my taste in alcohol ranging from good to, I know this is not a good idea, but what would it taste like? Oh, awesome! I've never had honey whiskey. I've seen it in the store, but I haven't had it yet. Is it good? It sounds like it would probably be good, or at least better than the Irish whiskey I tried. not that Irish whiskey is, I guess, bad. It's just very strong for someone who doesn't drink a whole lot. Yeah. Ooh. You know what? Oh shoot. I am still going to not be able to go to work tomorrow because, messed up foot. I can like pop in for your debut. That'll be cool. It wasn't a good idea. But yet it's a great idea. Ooh, okay. That actually sounds like a pretty cool idea. I think I'll steal that. I'm gonna give that a shot, and I'm gonna stop messing up the same darn peg. There we go. You know what I kind of wonder? You know what? If I get some cinnamon tea, I'll probably try it with the fireball. That has to be good, right? Like, at the very least, I can't imagine it being bad. Cinnamon tea with fireball. Or, ooh, apple cider. I should have it with apple cider. That seems like it would be a good combo. Okay, now that I have confirmation fireball with apple juice is good, I'm looking forward to fireball with apple cider. Okay, I understand it's still an idea. But still, I'll try to keep an eye out, and if you debut tomorrow, I'll try to show up and give you some support. Let's see. Yeah, this is just sounding like a wonderful idea. I tried apple cider, speaking of seasonal drinks, I did try apple cider with eggnog, and that actually turned out pretty dang good. So if you're an if you're an eggnog person, because I know it's somewhat of a divisive drink, it does taste pretty good with eggnog. Dude, we all begin somewhere. I mean, heck, you're getting a more solid beginning than I did. I basically started because, I ended up basically gathering all the stuff. But I wasn't, just because I was fascinated by how it works. And when I am fascinated by something, I'm just I need to know. So I ended up eventually just kind of getting all the bits and pieces needed to stream over the course of a couple of years. Because I'd be like, oh, okay, but what if I add this then? So then eventually I was just like, oh, well, maybe I should just, I haven't used it in an actual streaming environment. What if I just streamed a small bit of I think Psychonauts 2, of me just messing around in Psychonauts 2. And so I did, and I figured no one would actually, and I did it using VTube Studio, and you know how it comes with a couple of little, I guess, sample models to just kind of show how the program works and what it can do. I used the Black Cat, I think. No, I used the white cat. And I actually had a few people who were showing up, so I was like, oh man, I feel bad using this model because it's not mine. So I figured out how to just kind of make this. Well, not this one. I didn't have this dress at first. But I did figure out how to make one. And it worked out pretty dang well. So then I eventually started gathering more things and streaming more often. And now I'm here. Like when I started actually getting people who were like, oh yeah, cool. You seem cool. I was just like, oh man, well I don't want to disappoint them. So I just kind of tried to make myself look a little bit better. Ah. So you are the exact opposite of me. Where I was just like, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and just try this. And then I was like, ah shit, people are here. Ah shit. I need to do better. And because I started with it being very, very basic, there was like no chat on screen or anything, I was just like, there's nowhere to go but up. And my outfit was basically just one of the base outfits that come with Vroid. Yeah, I had like the jean shorts, and I had this sweater top, like this turtleneck sweater top thing. It makes more sense when you see it. But yeah, when you like overthink it, then yeah, you can definitely get stuck in the idea for too long. And then you're like, oh, but it has to be, I have to have this, and I have to have that, and I have to have that. But really, I think the biggest hurdle to getting started is literally just getting started sometimes. And sometimes you kind of just have to say, fuck it. Yeah, Queen's pretty cool. Actually, yeah, I think we both basically used the same shirt. I think she has a different bottom, but like we used kind of the same shirt. And originally my model had like a ponytail, like a high ponytail. Honestly, I'm kind of happy that I did my stuff the way I did, because I have no idea what I would do with a debut. If I tried to do like an official debut, I probably would chicken out. I don't know, it's scary. It's easier for me to just kind of jump head first into it when I think about it. Planning, actually, wow, yeah, planning is not my best strong suit. I originally was like, oh yeah, I'll eventually do a cooking stream. And then, like, I was supposed to plan it out, but then, like, my first cooking stream ended up being, I knew I had to stream after work, but I was really hungry, so I was just like, screw it, we stream me making dinner. So that was what I did. And it was just like, I hope all the audio and everything works, and hopefully if it doesn't, someone will let me know. Cooking streams are fun. It's just I have to schedule my usage of the kitchen. Because when I'm using the kitchen, then mom's like, oh man, well I want to freaking make something, or I want to go get, or like Nana's like, I want to get water, but they don't want to be on camera, so then they're like, And then, like, halfway through, my mom's like, so, are you gonna share? Because it smells good. But cooking streams are fun. Cooking streams are really fun. Yeah, I think, yeah, the last cooking stream I did is kind of funny. Because I bought stuff specifically for cooking stream. I think I wanted to make salmon and something else. It was like salmon and vegetables or something. So I bought all the stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. And it's enough that everybody can have some. Like, everybody at my house could have some. And then Mom's like, oh yeah, can you make this too? And I'm like, okay. And then later she's like, so I told Nana you're making that salmon. And I'm like, I didn't plan it for today though. Oh my gosh, yes. Alfredo's good. Now I crave pasta. Pasta is such a delicious carb. I think after this pass, I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich. But yeah, I think the last pasta I think I made was when I made like food for Mother's Day. Crud! I messed up. Gotta unravel this now. But yeah, I made like this big Mother's Day dinner for my mom and my Nana. So I had like tortellini. It was like cheese-filled tortellini, I think. Oh wait, no. The tortellini was later. So actually no, it wasn't the last time I made pasta, but it was the big time I made pasta. Because I had like cheese-filled ravioli in pesto sauce, like a basil pesto sauce. And I made risotto for the first time, and it turned out really good. Wow, this Pixelate is lasting really long for some reason. I'm gonna turn off Pixelate real quick, because I feel like I've been pixelated forever. And it's supposed to wear off. Oh. Okay, I will do it manually. I gotta reach for my keyboard. I cannot reach for the keyboard. Okay. And weave. There we go. All fixed. For a second I thought I missed one and I just wasn't finished. But yeah. Oh, and I also had like this basil something chicken that I cooked on a bed of vegetables. And it turned out perfect, except I forgot carrots take 5 years to cook. So we kind of had to put the vegetables back in. Because the chicken was done, and all the other vegetables were done, and the carrots were still, like, hard and crunchy. And then I also got this, Winking Owl wine, which, pretty tasty. Like, I got this big box of Winking Owl wine from Aldi. And we had that with it. And it was a freaking hit. Everything was delicious. And I kind of want to make it again if I can find all the stuff again. But sometimes the stuff they have at Aldi, like, it's kind of limited time, so I don't know if they still have it. And yes, Aldi is freaking awesome. I actually grew up, like, when I was growing up, Aldi was, like, in walking distance from my house, so I went there a lot. I actually had a friend, like, a few years ago, where she was the type of person where she always had to have the brand name and all that stuff. And I told her about Aldi, and she's like, oh, I don't want to get stuff from Aldi. They're all off-brand. And I'm like, they're not off-brand. They're German. And also, even their store brand stuff is really good. You should go there. It tastes good. It's good prices. You can find cool stuff. And she's like, no, I don't go there. It's not brand name. It's all off-brand. It can't possibly be good. Then, one day, she had spent the night over my house. Like, her and her kid had come over and spent the night. I cook for dinner. Oh, where did you get this? Got it from Aldi. Oh, well, like, breakfast comes. And I make, like, this omelet with this cheese and all this stuff. And they're like, oh, where'd you get this cheese? This cheese is really good. I got it from Aldi. Like, literally everything. I just said, I got it from Aldi. And she's like, fine. I guess they're okay. That's fair. I don't remember the one that I went to being particularly dirty, like the one I lived near being particularly dirty. But also, I was a kid, and to me it was just like, time to go get the groceries. This is the place that I can walk to. Oh, shoot. Off. Fixed. That's too far. There we go. Ah, crud. It's 22:20. I was hoping to finish the scarf today. Yeah, it could be. Honestly, like, it wasn't like the best of best areas, but it was also basically the retirement home. Like, I called it the retirement home because at least on our block there was almost nothing but old people. Oh, I haven't bought the teriyaki chicken thigh. That sounds good. Oh shit. There we go. But yeah, I know I didn't grow up in like the best of best areas, but like it was pretty decent because on the block there was basically nothing but old people. Man, now I'm just thinking of like random local grocery stores I used to go to. Because there was one because like I grew up in Chicago. I grew up in the Chi. And there was one called One Stop. And we used to go there a lot. And, oh man. Okay, speaking of stuff that's only in Chicago, there's a particular brand of chips that I miss very dearly and I want more of. It's a brand called Veneers. And I literally can't get it. You can only get it in the Chicago area. And they have this one flavor that I used to be absolutely addicted to. That was just Louisiana hot sauce flavor. And, oh man, I ate an unhealthy amount of those chips. Yeah, it was very much kind of a local-ish grocery store. It's not a national chain or anything. Kind of like Moo and Oink. Oh, I freaking miss Moo and Oink. Well, that's a lie. I just miss I miss, like, rib tips. Because I guess rib tips are, like, a Chicago thing. Or at the very least, a Midwest thing. Because boy, have I not been able to find them since moving away. But yeah, I remember when I was a kid, you would hear like yeah, rib tips. They're tasty. You cut the tips off the ribs, and you cook them like individually, and you barbecue them, and they're freaking delicious. But yeah, I miss them. I miss being able to go and order rib tips. Well, we cook the whole rib. It's just, you can also order rib tips. I mean, it's also like, okay. In Chicago, if you order catfish, you can get catfish fillets, of course, but what I used to always get was catfish steaks. And I miss being able to get catfish steaks. But when I tried to explain it to a friend, she was like horrified because she's like, but then there's bones in it. And I'm like, yeah. You could have choked. And I'm like, yeah, that's why you keep a piece of bread next to you. You keep the bread in case you start choking on a bone. And then you just eat the bread, and the bone goes down with the bread so you don't choke to death. It's simple. It's simple and delicious. Besides, if she's scared of catfish steaks, I don't want to know what her reaction to buffalo fish would be. That thing has so many freaking bones. It's crazy. Ooh, I actually did manage to find catfish, like the whole catfish minus the head. And that was tasty. That was a nice time. But it's just, you know, I grew up with fried catfish steaks. And it's literally just where instead of cutting the fish lengthwise, you have the fish right here, and you just go chop, 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 chop. And then you fry those pieces. And it was just really weird to me at first that you straight up couldn't find it. Nah, it was normalized in my household. I knew what it was for. But yeah, my friend thought I was kind of crazy, and my family was kind of crazy. Now I'm kind of just thinking about, like, old home-style cooking I haven't had in a while. Ooh, like oxtail stew. I kind of want some, but, like, oxtails have gone up in price. Like, you don't get a whole lot of meat on it, so it's just, like, that's gotta be for a treat. I gotta be treating myself for that. Oxtails are so good, man. Ooh, and neck bones. Neck bones are also really good. Like neck bones, like onions and stuff, and you have it with rice. It's good stuff. My mom says it's too much work, like too much work getting the meat, though. Now rice is something that I did not learn how to make the proper way for quite some time. And by proper way to me, at least for me personally, it has to be in a rice cooker. And that's because growing up, my mom would make what we like to call crunchy rice, which is rice that she didn't cook quite long enough so it was still crunchy. I mean, she could throw down on everything else, but somehow she always just messed up making rice. To the point where she would just be like, I don't make rice unless it's like Uncle Ben's or something. Like she would do like the minute rice. And I kind of hate the minute rice because I grew up eating it so often, and it has a different taste than regular rice. My mom insists that it tastes the same though. But yeah, pretty much everything else she cooks though, freaking delicious. And like, give her a grill in any season, she'll freaking throw down. And her spaghetti's to die for. Nah, I do it the Asian way, which is buy a giant bulk bag and then just eat off it for ages. My mom still occasionally teases me about that. Because, like, I literally just came home from let's see, one time I came home from, oh yeah, big old bags. But like one time I came home from like the Asian store and I just walked in the house with this giant sack of rice. She's like, what are you gonna do with all of that? I'm like, eat it. I'm going to eat it, mother. And then the other time, when that finally ran out, I didn't have time to go to the Asian store. I didn't want to deal with it and it wasn't on sale. So I just went to Walmart, which the Walmart is within biking distance. So I figured out how to like bungee strap this big old, not as big as the Asian store size, but this big bag of rice to my to my bike rack. And I just rode home with it. Because that summer I was just absolutely determined that if something was within like reasonable biking distance for me or reasonable walking distance, I wasn't gonna take my car. Which got on my family's nerves because I'd say like, okay, I'm going to Walmart, and then they'd be like, oh, I want you to bring back all this big heavy stuff, and I'm just like, I was gonna ride my bike. Or sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm going to Target, and then like while I'm at Target, they're just like, hey, I need you to get these things. And especially before I got the bike rack, I would just be thinking like, okay, how am I gonna get this home? Because I only had a backpack. I remember one time, like I bought clothes and I just had not a huge backpack. It was like a decent sized one. And I just figured out how to like precisely fold and roll and cram everything into the backpack. And then after a while, I figured out how to make a makeshift back bike basket by bungeeing the heck out of some milk crates to the bike rack. I've also strapped pizza to the bike rack and just driven home with the pizza like that. And like Mexican food. Oh, the Mexican food was interesting. The quesadillas came in like a pizza-like box. So I was able to just kind of strap that flat easy. The problem came, and then it's like, I also had to come home with like the chips and dip. So then I was like, well, crap. How am I gonna fit this in a way where it's not going to interfere with my wheels? Because I didn't have the basket at the time. So I just kind of balanced it as best I could on the bike handles. And also, my mom thought I took the car and the place was real close. So I was like, I'm not driving there. I can just ride the bike. It'll be fast enough. So I was like pedaling as fast as I possibly could. Like I was going like I had a time limit where I worked there, and if I didn't get the pizza, if I didn't get the food there in a certain amount of time, it was coming out of my paycheck. I really need to get back into riding my bike. I haven't done it in a while. And I guess I won't do it for a little while until my friggin' foot heals. See what the time is. Okay. In about 30 minutes, I'm gonna have to end stream. Yeah. Cause I can't go too late. I can't go too late tonight, unfortunately. Oh, I haven't had any water in a while, though. I should take a sip. Actually, it's funny. Okay, so for the longest time, I didn't have a... Ugh. Yarn fiber got in my mouth. Ew, ew, ew. I can't let go of this. Okay, now I can let go. But yeah, I didn't have a bike for like the longest time. And then, when I finally got one, I was just like, alright. Like, Mom and I finally got bikes. We got the air put in them. Actually, no, we had the bikes. We just hadn't ridden them. We didn't ride them for a very long time before we got them, like, tuned up. So we took them over to Dick's Sporting Goods, got them tuned up, took them back, and just kind of trusted that they were going to be good. So then we decided to do a quick test ride. What we didn't realize is the street that we picked, it had a very, very slight slope to it. Like, slight enough that you don't really notice it when you're walking. But you will notice when you're riding. So we both start at the same time. And I immediately realized, oh shit, my brakes don't work. Like, my brakes were not working at all. So, oh hey Nemu, welcome back. But yeah, my brakes were not working at all. So, I ended up, like, going straight into a curb almost while I'm using my feet to try to stop. And I managed to, like, not flip over the bike, thankfully. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for the head pat. But yeah. And then my mom, on the other hand, unfortunately, her brakes worked too well. Her brakes worked so well because, like I said, that slight incline, it had us going. Her brakes worked so darn well that the slight pull that she did literally flipped over her whole bike because the brakes were on the front wheel. So she's okay. She's okay. This was a while ago. This was like years ago. But basically her bike literally flipped over and she went straight onto the pavement, and her arm was like all messed up from her trying to like protect her face. I'm okay too. This was years ago. So we're both kind of freaked out because our bike brakes did not work, and like both of our brakes were equally bad in opposite ways. We get to the house, and oh, thank you for the head pat again. And like, I tell Mom like, hey, you need to go to like a hospital, or urgent care, or something. And she's like, no, just go down and get the iodine. I think it was iodine. But yeah, she's like, go down and get this thing. And I'm just like, I'll get it, but you need to go to the frickin' hospital before that gets infected. And she's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'll get the iodine. Just go get the iodine. So I got it. She put it on, and she's like, it's okay, I'm soaking it. It's getting disinfected. It's fine. And we happened to live next door to someone who was a surgeon's assistant. So I'm just like, I'm gonna tell our neighbor on you. You need to go to the hospital. She's like, no, you aren't. I'm fine. It's fine. So later on, eventually, it kind of looks like there's a scab on it. And she's like, see, it's healing. It's healing. Goes to the doctor for an unrelated incident. Doctor's like, what the hell happened to your arm? And she's like, oh, I fell, but look, it's healing. And she's like, that's not healing, that's infection. We need to fix it now. So she came back home, had her arm bandaged up, and like with a whole routine she had to do. And I'm just like, so what was that about you not needing to get your arm checked? I thought you said it was fine. I thought you said it was healing. She's like, shut up. And I'm just like, next time I sick our neighbor on you, and we'll drag you to the hospital. Alright, see you when you get back, nigga. I love my mom, but she's stubborn. And when I have my moments, I tell her that she can't ask where it came from. Oh, okay. Heading out? Okay. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll look forward to hopefully seeing you on Wednesday. Hope you have a wonderful night. Sayonara, bye-bye. Ooh, I wonder... I gotta stretch to get to the mouse. But I think I can make it. Nutib. Ah, thank you. Now, if I can find subs for this, or something that I can try to sing along with, that would be awesome. Please let there be a karaoke version. No! There's Sayonara Bye Bye karaoke, but not the English version. And that's the one I grew up with, so that's the one I'd go with. Oh, there's like... There's a version where Yukina sings it? I'm sorry, I'm talking about something from Yu Yu Hakusho. Ah, I was not aware. I don't think I'm gonna win. Maybe I can kind of cheat it. Okay. So I'll open a tab with the karaoke version. And then I'm gonna look for a lyrics version. Oops. Move my camera. Because I'm almost out of time. And I think this would be kind of fun. No, I just want lyrics. Ah. Sayonara, bye-bye. English lyrics. It's been a while since I've actually heard it, so I actually need help on this a little. I really hope they actually use the English version lyrics. And not like just the translation. Wait, what? Hatsune Miku? No, not Hatsune Miku, Yu Yu Hakusho. No, not translate. Maybe this? Oh, my legs! My leg! Oh god! Cramp! Ugh. Gotta move it! Gotta move it! Oh, it hurts. Oh, not on the computer, sweetie. It's in pain. Okay, and the pain is being fixed. Okay. Let me see something. And there's an ad. There is an ad, and I don't care about it. Let me see, 1 second. Yes! Okay, let's see if I can cheat this. Can I cheat it? I think it's just the short version of it. Okay, let's see if I can pull this. Do I remember enough? Because I don't have time for retakes. I feel my aching heart about to break. Oh no, that can't be right. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let's get one listen through. Let's get. Oh crap, I can't find it. Let's get one listen through. Break. Gentle wind blows. Air peacefulness. We're standing face to face. And oh, I'm trying to go too fast. That's my problem. Okay, let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. Actually, no, I'm just gonna sing along. I'm gonna be a freaking cheat and sing along. Cause I haven't heard this in too long. I don't remember all the timing for this one. I don't want to practice the song till I get decent at it. My breaking heart about to break. The gentle wind that blows fills the air. Peacefulness. We're standing face to face. Hand in hand, and then everything we like is all around us melts away. It's just so funny. Your same face and mine, they're the same. for now. For now it's now. Oh wow. Do I literally only remember the end? So I draw the line to live another journey. Cause even though we've been here together, still different people, but we're not alone. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. Cause even though we've been here together, still different people, but we're not alone. Oh wow, it's been too long. Oh man, I need to watch Yu Yu now. The only question is, how hard will it be to find the English dub? That's my main question. Because I want to watch Yu Yu, but I feel like it's a show that I would have a hard time going to the dub with. I mean, trying to go to the sub with. Mostly because I grew up on the dub, and also, the dub, from my memory, was pretty decent. It's kind of like watching Inuyasha. Like, if I want to rewatch Inuyasha, I don't watch that in Japanese. I watch it in English. Partly because I grew up with it, partly because the Inuyasha dub was pretty dang decent. It's good for a fairly early dub. Speaking of Inuyasha, I'm eternally salty because I don't know where to watch the entire show legally. I need to try and look it up again. But I know Netflix and Netflix and Crunchyroll only have the first 2 seasons. They do not have the rest of it. I mean, they have the movies, but they just have like the first 2 seasons in the movies. And that's not enough for me. I want to binge the whole damn thing. Like, that and Gundam actually used to be my main, like, I guess, background shows for when I'm knitting and stuff. Which actually led to some interesting conversations when my niece still lived with me. Because she would literally just be like, she'd be like, come in my room, because I don't usually close my door like that. Like, I want to have my door open. So she would just come in my room, she's like, what you watching? I'm like, I'm watching Gundam. And then she's like, okay, if anybody's seen Gundam, you know it always involves, like, child soldiers and fairly complicated political situations. So she comes up and she's like, why is this happening? And I'm just like, oh, how do I explain the whole freaking situation where, let's say, I think it was the people who worked on the colony, the people who were on the colony were basically treated like they were just treated like second-class citizens, basically lived in the slums because they were just kind of the workers and they were kept poor. So eventually they kind of staged a protest, and it was an armed protest. And then the other side, Galahorn, basically set it up to make it look like they fired first so that they could just decimate them. And I had to explain the political situation. And when I got finished, she was just like, that sounds sad. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I don't want to watch this. And I'm like, then you can leave my room because I was watching this. You didn't have to sit in here and watch this with me. I'm enjoying my sad giant robot show. No, I'm coming up on the deadline. How much yarn do I have left? So much yarn. I'm not gonna finish. Depending, though, I might do a stream. Why am I frozen? There we go. Depending, though, I might do a stream tomorrow. Although if I do it tomorrow, it's going to be earlier. There we go. Yeah, we're good. Although if anyone in chat wants to suggest someone to raid, since I'm ending earlier than usual, and there's gonna be a decent amount of people, like if anybody has a suggestion, I don't mind taking suggestions. Otherwise, I'll just look on I'll just go ahead and look at the list and see who's up for a raid. But I will be ending at 2300. There we go. Perfect. After this, I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich. Haven't had any in a while. Oh dear, the cheese is a-dripping. Oh dear, it dripped everywhere. Couple pieces of popcorn for good measure. coming up last minute. Oof. Guess after this one I'll end it then. But still, I managed to make some decent progress, all things considered. Decent amount of progress. And I'm almost done with my lovely, lovely scarf. Got a big old pile of scarf now. Alright, though. Time to find somebody to read. Let's see, who shall I pick? Oh, we haven't rated Cloudy in ages. And he's playing Genshin. I can fall asleep to some Genshin. Let's do that. Let's see. So let's read Cloudy. We're gonna rate Cloudy Pistachio. Cool, chill dude. So, thank you for everyone who stopped by and stuck around. If you want to join the raid, come follow me and show Cloudy some love. And if you enjoy the stream, stick around. And if not, say your piece and hope you have a wonderful night. Let's see. For raid message... Ah, I'm so used to capitalizing. Always mess me up when I actually don't need to capitalize something. Come on. Really? Are you not gonna let me? Are you gonna be that much of a butt? Let me do this the easy way. You little piece of crud. Let me do this the easy way. Babe. Okay, fine. I'll do it the hard way. We do it this way. There. That's all I wanted. Why couldn't you give this to me? Alright. So yeah. That's gonna be raid message if you want to do it. And... now let's restart the cloud raid. But yeah. Like I said, thank you so much for everyone who stopped by and everyone who stuck around. Hope you have a wonderful night.